Hello, Professor. My name is Shelly Salam, and I chose option A for our assignment on visual arts communication. I chose to do research on Maya Land's Vietnam Veteran Memorial and on theater Gericault's The Raft of Medusa. I looked at both um, pieces of art, and I found the memorial was beautiful. It's large black granite slates, and the names of the veterans are carved into the memorial, and Mylan had them carved in chronological order versus alphabetical order, even though people thought it would be easier to find the names, but she did it in chronological order because it would tell a story. That was what she was trying to do. And I checked out the art piece by Gericault, and the Raft of Medusa. It was pretty awesome. It's huge. It's 193 by 282, and it's an oil painting on a canvas, and it was depicting an event that had happened not too long after, or before he had done the painting. I'm sorry. And basically it was a bunch of people on a raft, and the captain basically abandoned the ship. He had someone build a raft and put majority of the people on this raft. There were over 100 people on the raft, I believe it said. And he left them on a raft while he took the ship, which was something that was really fought against, so to speak. People weren't happy with that decision because the captain really shouldn't have been a captain, and things were corrupt at that time in a political sense. But for the painting itself, with Gericault's painting, it was, like I said, it was really beautiful. In terms of its symbolic significance, it was supposed to be showing, in my opinion, and from my watching of a video on Khan Academy, it was basically telling a story in one picture of them, of a moment. You see the people on the right side of the ship standing up, and they're trying to wave down with the ship they see offshore to get help. There are dead bodies because a lot of people died. Only 15 people lived, I believe, is what it said. And there's a man mourning on it. There's just a lot of emotion in the picture. And I like what they said in the Khan Academy video, that it crescendos. It really does. It goes from, on the left hand side, being sad and the mourning, and in the middle you get to people that are kind of sitting there, and they look like they're wondering like what's going to happen next. And you get to the people on the right side of it, and who are bringing the whole image to life, who are waving down something in the background, and who are asking for help. And it's just a beautiful picture in that sense. And I think that he was trying to capture that moment as best as he could, and give people an idea of the emotions that people may have gone through that were on that ship. From watching the video on Khan Academy, it said that he had the original architect that built the raft rebuild the raft in front of him. He really wanted it to be real. And even though the picture didn't necessarily look like a photo like you would take with a camera, it still captured that moment in time. And so moving on to Maya Lin's memorial, I read a long article that she wrote on a website called NY Books, and the article is by her. And basically what I got from the article and what she was trying to symbolize in her memorial, it was that the names basically are all you really need. You don't need a statue. You can't try to capture this moment and make it have meaning for everyone, but names themselves have meanings. So she wanted to be simple, so she made it simplistic by just putting black granite, and then she carved the names into the granite because the names are what were most important. So that was something that people could touch and feel and have a connection with. And then she put the names in chronological order, which I thought was cool because, like she said in the article, someone that lived and goes to see and touch that name and look will see other names that they recognize and know, and can have a connection in that way as well. So that was really significant to me. And as far as society goes and what those pictures say, I think both the Wrath of Medusa and the Vietnam Memorial were both going almost against the grain in a way, because they weren't typical pictures. They weren't the norm for those times. The memorial wasn't the norm for its time, and both had a lot of political backlash in a sense. People weren't satisfied. Weren't portrayed the way they thought they would be portrayed, or they were portrayed in such a real way that it was hard for people to grasp. So I think that it just shows that, because both of them are so famous now and things that people look at and see all the time and want to go visit, it shows that if you step outside of your box and of your comfort zone, you can come to enjoy something so much more meaningful. And I believe that I am officially out of time. So thank you, and I have much more to say, but I won't. Have a good day or night, depending on what time it is where you are.